Hello guys, welcome to DATAHACKS. Now we are in a 31st video of Next.Js series. In this video, we are going to learn about what is the difference between relative import and absolute import. First, we are going to see about the relative import. Relative import is absolutely easy to use and there is no need of pre-configuration in Next.js app. So we have to provide the path manually. So when we provide a path manually, it always begin with two syntax, either one the first with the first one or either with the second one. The first dot slash indicate that the source has been present within the current directory. The second symbol is used to indicate that the source has been present outside the current directory. For example, we have one project structure like this. Here the footer, we want the footer and header present inside the layout like this. So how we will import the header and footer inside the layout? First, we are going to provide the dot slash, which is representing the source present within the component directory itself. Next, the source file name. So dot slash header. So if we provide this syntax inside the layout, dot slash inside the components, it represent. Then header the file name, it represent the file name. Next, if we want the app layout.js inside the app.js, then we have to provide another syntax like this. So double slash double dot slash, which represent the layout is not present within the pages folder, outside the pages folder. Next component, it present within the component directory. Next, the first source and name, then it will directly import to the app.js and it will reflect on every page within the Next.js app. This is how it's working. So the disadvantages of using relative imports are it is not friendly and confusing for the developers. Next, we have to analyze the level of directory and we have to track uh, over every certain period of time, then only we can maintain this without any problem. So poor developer experience, sometimes it may lead to confusion while we enter manually these relative paths. For example, if you are creating a small project, then your import path will be not much complex. When it grows, the multiple components will become and pages will be created, so our path also will be more complex. Next, we are going to see about absolute import. Absolute With this absolute import, we have to pre-configure certain files, then only we can use the absolute import. For example, here we use the syntax with at slash star. So normally the star indicates that any name or file name we can provide. So this syntax used to represent the path of the directory. For example, here we have the project structure like this. uh, Again, we want to import the layout, inside the layout header and footer. So here we will import with the uh, dot slash header, because the source are present within the component itself. Then in this case the absolute import is not necessary, but when we are using the layout outside the components, like if we want to import the layout in the app.js, at that time add component. So for this app at component will consider as a variable, we will define the path in the configuration file itself. So after this layout, it represent the source file name. So let's get enter into the practical demonstration. First of all, I'm going to create a JSON config file. JSON config.json. Next, I'm going to create a object compiler options object. Next, we are going to use the base URL here, base URL, and here dot. This used to represent the root directory, and the next one paths. Here I'm going to create another object. So at components slash star. Again, here we are going to create array at components slash star. So next we can create n number of. So here we don't need the at. Here we have to provide the slash. So we can create any number of paths like this. So now I'm going to create a folder called components. So keep check your folder name, directory name here and here should be remain same. So here I'm going to use header.jsx, and I'm going to create a header import function. Next I'm going to import the footer.jsx, and I am going to again create a function rfc, and again I'm going to create a layout file, layout.jsx rfc, and we have next we are going to import the header and footer inside the layout. Import header from, so dot backtick backslash, which is used to represent the source present within the same directory. So header, next import footer from dot slash footer. So here we have provided the mistakenly. Here I'm gonna provide header and footer. So here we have to remove this one and this one. So if we kickstart the project, then I'm going to import the layout in the index. So here I'm gonna remove this one and import layout from double slash, which means outside the current directory. So our source is inside components and our source file, and layout So let's get into the home page. Localhost 3000. Here we have the layout, header, footer. In the same order we have provided in the layout, header, footer. Next I'm going to provide the example of absolute import. Till now we have seen the relative import. Now I'm going to change this to component dot layout, and I'm going slash. This is the variable we have provide here. So this is the path and this is the variable. So where is here? If we check again, we will have that layout. So this is how we are working with the import and relative import. This is how we are working with the relative import or absolute import. This provides the good experience to the developer, so we can work effectively without any tension. So we have reached the almost final part of this video. Please provide your thoughts on absolute import and relative import in a comment section so you can evaluate yourself. So if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe the YouTube channel